Hey, what's up? Hey, how everybody doing? Free back at you with the Free Throw Friday. It's possible that the Free Throw Friday may not go out every Friday. It may be on Saturdays and Sundays. But stay tuned for it. I'm gonna do a basic one this week, just about an issue. But future Free Throw Fridays will have other people with different things like spoken word, poetry. We have some musicians coming up. So it's going to be very interesting. You know, outside of the Tuesday, Wednesday podcast, we will be doing the Free Throw Friday. This Free Throw Friday is basically about mental health in prison. First off, funny story, but true story. Wednesday, Thursday, most of the day, Friday, had horrible toothache. I'm talking about out of the blue. So my wisdom teeth are not gone, not all of them. I know that's something they say, you should get your wisdom tooth out when you're young and all. I just never did. You know, so I don't know why I didn't, but it was killing me. Like I could not sleep Wednesday or Thursday, so not at all at night. I'm talking about up all night, playing the game on my JP6 player, all of this. So let me ask y'all this. So when you going through stuff like that, toothache or something like that, has anyone other than me been like, man, as soon as this don't get right, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to make me a pizza, I'm going to eat me some cereal, I can't wait till this I'm sure I'm not the only one. So my tooth hurting, I can't eat for like 2 days. You know, I don't tell my mom, my family, nobody, because I don't want nobody to worry about me. Because it's just so uncomfortable. And it's like my whole face is just like tender. Like drinking water was difficult. So anyway, the whole time my tooth hurt, I'm like, man, as soon as it's over, I'm going to make me a pizza. I'm going to get me a nacho, all of this stuff, right? So as fate would have it, as soon as my mouth gets better, thankfully last night today, I ain't do all that. I made something good to eat, but all that stuff, we be saying like, as soon as I get better, I'm gonna do this, or like, you know how people be like, I ate some bad food at this restaurant, I got food poisoning, I had to use the bathroom, this, that, and the other. As soon as I'm never going back to another restaurant ever, maybe back in the restaurant. So it's just be funny, like when we're going through adversity and different things, how we will kind of say all the stuff we're going to do, and so that's just something I went through. I just want to share that with y'all. But the mental health situation is real. The number one issue though with mental health is really the lack of resources to help us. So let's say you got a compound of 1,000 people, 1,200 people. You may have 2 or 3 mental health professionals, and the majority of the time when you reach out to them, hey, I'm having this problem, can I talk to you? It's more or less about putting you on medication than actually dealing with the problem. Sometimes some people just want to talk. Like everybody don't have, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife, a child, or nothing to really vent to. So sometimes mental health is basically letting these things out because in prison, like I've said before, everything is tough and hard. And being vulnerable is not always considered a sign of weakness, but a lot of people look at it as a sign of weakness. So I even noticed myself having anxiety, maybe over the last month here because of the new shooting thing where if you step on the red lines, they'll shoot you. If you not go to your cell quick enough, they'll shoot you. And it's this loud buzzer. Oh my God, that goes so loud. So what it is if they want somebody, get off the red line, or if they got on their headphones, they're not paying attention or not moving fast enough, the next step is they'll hit this buzzer and it'll be like, brrr. Oh my God, I know that's irritating when I just did it. But look, the buzzer is so loud. And when the buzzer goes off, it just does something to me. And it's just been like that for like the last month since it started. And then there's been a couple shootings, and that just, I don't want to see nobody get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So basically, getting the help that we need revolves around just mental health. You know, having more people to talk to, more programs for mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are suffering in silence, and they're not able to really talk to anybody or get it out. So the majority of guys that's dealing with mental health, they're not going to tell you. You know, no one walks around like, yeah, I got anxiety, or I'm dealing with depression, or whatever that is. But of course there's mental health. You know, once a person does 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in this type of environment, there's going to be changes to your mental health. I don't even think you can stop that. Now, things that I've done over the years is like checking on myself, where I do checkups on myself, and I investigate myself, and I ask myself, what am I thinking? You know, what am I doing? What am I talking about? How am I acting? You know, am I getting too engulfed in prison? Am I keeping my family, you know, ties together? Am I being myself? You know, am I picking up prison traits and characteristics? And that's something that I never wanted to do or be a part of. You know, and a lot of times when I talk to my family, you know, I never talk about prison. You know, and I never really say what's going on here because I never wanted to be the one who get on the phone and talk about, well, we went to Charlotte at 8 and came back and I watched a little bit of Sports Center and made a soup around 2. You know, so I really try to stay away from that. You know, I have gotten better over the years because, you know, a lot of times my family would be like, well, what's going on? Tell me what's up. And I'll share more, and a lot that I do share is in the newsletter about conditions and different things. But as far as being treated for mental health, anxiety, depression, trauma, different things, there's really not a good plan and set. And I'm sure it's not just Virginia DOC. I'm sure you can go to many states across the country. And I'm sure that mental health is not really being taken seriously. It's more about the medication. You know, so on this Free Thought Friday, you know, I really think that mental health is a very important factor to not just rehabilitation, but also reentry. You know, because everything starts with the mind. How you think, your cognitive skills, how you relate, how you socialize. And if we're not getting these healthy portrayals here of how to do these things, then there should be some type of intermediate person, program, or something to keep us connected to these fluid things that we'll have to do. I have to go out and find a job. I have to be able to pay my rent and talk to my landlord. I'll have to be able to do, you know, these type of things fluidly in society. You know, so we actually, myself, Kirsten was with us at the time, also Jimmy at Greensville. We did health and wellness campaign with DOC, and that was basically just reaching out to DOC, sending them emails about more health and wellness throughout facilities, more programs and stuff. This was about a year and a half ago. We was writing them. We had it on Facebook. We was reaching out to our contact, our email list. Please write DOC. Ask them to do more health and wellness. Ask them to do less confrontational with the officers, you know, and us. So we did that. And, you know, I don't know if it was a part of us or what we did, but DOC has started these Virginia model facilities. Lawrenceville, you got Buckingham, you got Dillwyn, Greensville, S1, where there are bigger mattresses, there's more programs, the food is better, it's supposed to be like a more healing environment, you know, so I'm happy about that. There's still so much more to do, you know, because I believe that, you know, when you're dealing with people, the mattresses and the food is good, but that communication, you know, that one-on-one communication doesn't have to be, get to your cell, what you doing, why you at the table, you know, speaking to us, if it's human, then we'll act human. But if a person feel like they're being treated subhuman, they're going to respond like, who the hell is you talking to? Like, what? You talking to me? Like, and I see that confrontation happen a lot. And I believe it begins with the person with authority, because the authority sets the tone for the conversation from a psychological standpoint. So, on this Free Thought Friday, I really want, people to push. If you're listening, if you have ideas, reach out to Virginia DOC. Reach out to the director. Stress, health, and wellness. Better communication standards. Less conflict, less confrontation. And I think that it'll be good. I do have a person, one of our members, Shane Foster, I believe, and it's a guy who reached out to me when I first came in. So people come to me all the time, like, Free, I got this issue, that issue. Can you let me, address this? And he's a transgender gentleman. Our members come different races, religions, sexuality. We don't really do judgment with our members. We love our members. We reach out to our members. We want to help our members. So Shane has came to me quite a few times about his mental health and different things that he went through at King Mountain. And I was thinking about him yesterday, and I was like, have you reached out to anybody to get more help? And, he was kind of giving me his diagnosis. I'm not going to speak on that. That's on him. But I told him I wanted to get him on because this week we are doing a mental health segment, which I want everybody to tune into. It's coming soon in the next few days. But I told him I would give him, 5 minutes or whatever just to kind of speak on it, his situation, and, we'll go from there. I just think it's important that everybody's heard. Not just the tough guys, not just the guys that are popular, but even those who feel that they're not heard, So Shane is here. I'm going to give him the phone, and he said he wants 5 minutes to speak to everyone who's listening about his situation and how it can be better. And, so I just wanted to give him the platform, and here you go. Shane's right here.
Hello. Hi, how's everybody doing? My name is Shane Foster. Right now, I'm at River North Correctional Center. This is the 7th prison I've been in. I'm a mental health patient, and mental health has not been giving me the proper treatment. The last one I was in was King Mountain Correctional Center, and they took 90 days of my good time because I was supposed to be going home this year, and I tried to kill myself, so they took the 90 days of my good time. Now I can't get in touch with my family, and I just want to let them know what's going on, because mental health here is about to transfer me too. And I really can't keep going through this because they have me in the cell with people that don't understand me, that try to take advantage of me and tries to hurt me. So I'm really needing somebody to help me through this because things are just out of hand. And I don't know what to do anymore because the medications that they're giving me is really messed up. It has me seeing things that I'm not normally seeing. And I'm in a cell right now with somebody, but it's really like he wants me to leave and stuff like that and get out. So I don't have nobody to help me, and I'm reaching out. Mr. Free, he gave me the opportunity to ask for help because I don't know what to do. And I just hope people that you hear me and you want to help me. And I just really need somebody to help me. My name is Shane, Shane, the letter T as in Thomas, Foster, Foster, and my inmate number is 1202048, and I'm at River North Correctional Center, and I just need some people to reach out to me and to give me help. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, man. All right, so everybody, that was Shane. Like I said, I want to get the voices heard. We're not doing favoritism. Everybody has a story. And like I said, Shane had, once he knew I was in here, it's a common thing. Hey, 40 Sean guy, boom, boom, boom. And he kept telling me, so I just wanted to get his story out. And, like I told him yesterday, regardless of who you are, what size you are, how old you are, what color you are, you are entitled to fair treatment, and I believe that to be true regardless of where you are. If you're in prison, on the streets or whatever, you should be treated humanely. You should get the help that you need, and you should be able to thrive even inside of prison with your mental health. If you should have nothing else cared for in prison, your mental health should be cared for. You don't have to give me the best clothes. You don't have to feed me the greatest food. But as far as me taking care of my mental health, which I will need for the rest of my life, and for me to make my reentry successful, I want the best treatment I can get. So if anyone can reach out to Shane, anyone out there listening can, give them any resources or any help, I'm hoping that can happen. So I'm going to wrap up this Friday Free Thoughts. I hope Free Friday Thoughts. I'm going to get it soon, man. Don't be laughing at me, man. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. Like I said, this will go up. We are doing a mental health segment. The next one coming out will be mental health special. We're going to have a lot of different guys speaking about their mental health in a way that's never been done. It's going to be real. It's going to be raw. It's going to be truth. Some people may cuss. Some people may fuss. But if we don't get it like that, we not going to know what's going on. If I get on here every day and it's cookie cutter and sweet and everybody's sitting there eating Doritos and laughing and smiling, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all for listening. I'm going to keep bringing y'all true, informative information. Please stand by for our mental health. Like I said, reach out if you have any ideas or anything for DOC to continue to make this mental health thing better for people inside. I thank you so much. You can reach out to us at the40strong@gmail.com. That's the40strong@gmail.com. Leave us a message, any advice, any questions you want from me, any questions you need answered. Please do that. Once again, we do have an advice and information line, 804-509-1998. 804-509-1998. If you have a question, my son is here and I'm trying to figure out where to get him reentry. I have a daughter who's here and I keep sending money and they're keeping the money. We may have the resource. You may want to volunteer. Reach out to us. Continue to follow us at the40strong.com. Check out our election campaign. Check out our fair, accountable, invested rehabilitation bill that we wrote. Support that and keep rolling with us. I appreciate y'all. Stay tuned in. This is Free signing off. This is Free Thoughts Friday. Stay tuned. 40 Minutes with 40 will be back at you this week. Thank you.